Welcome folks, we're heading up into a local spot back home. Got my brother Barrack here, going up for a day hunt, so we don't get to catch up that often and we're going to make the most of it today. Usually I come back either for funerals or weddings, and this one was a wedding, so cheers Brooke. And yeah, wish us luck. We're taking the bow. I'm going to use the bow, Barrack's using his 308. Yeah. Done some load testing, so hopefully that goes well. Everything in this bush is pretty close quarters. You'd be
it's usually sub 50 metres, eh?
Yeah, maybe
even 20 metres, yeah. So hopefully we can catch out a young animal that's out foraging for the early morning feed. There's obviously, this time of year, there's a fair amount of hinds and their fawns, so we want to be staying away from those guys and targeting either the young stags, which will be in velvet, which you want to stay away from those as well, or the young yearlings if we can.
I probably won't be so selective with the bow.
Yeah.
What is it?
A kura. Fish called a crayfish. Good eating. You have, so you've got quite a defined ridge there on that side, but you've also got a defined ridge here too. We're about to take a dog leg into this valley. It's like an elevated valley.
Yeah.
I'm going to punch up and over and head east, and you're going to hunt those western faces, but you can see there where it sort of comes in.
Yeah.
That's a old slip. It's quite a large slip, and that's just sort of the access into that sort of those hanging sort of structure up on those western faces.
Because once I've navigated over this little gut,
you're into it.
I actually want to basically just follow those western.
Yeah. I'd be almost pushing in directly in here, right? And then you decide what you want to do based on what your wind's doing. You can either go right out into here, and that's the back end of where all those slips are that we sort of watch on Google Earth.
Yeah. Well, it's just gone on about 6 o'clock. We started this morning pretty early. We left home at about 3:30. And then got to where we parked at just after 4 and just basically route marched in. And it's just kind of got light enough to be able to shoot with the bow in the open. In the bush it's still a little bit dark. So I've just cut off the track and I'm going to start to follow some of this. I mean, this is pretty old sign, but just anywhere where there's openings in the canopy cover, I'm just going to pick those lines and try to get over onto the other side of this. It's a small little ridge system and it drops into a nice gully. Hunting a lot of punga ferns, so it's quite ferny underfoot, and it is a bit dry. So we'll see how we go. Barrack's cut off that way, and he's gonna hunt on the opposite side of a track, so we stay safe. Well, Barrack and I will be communicating on the hour, every hour. So in this particular bush type, you don't get a lot of clearings, and wherever you get clearings, you generally get a bit of sign, so none of it's real that fresh. It's still too dark to be able to see anything underneath the canopy cover. But when you get into these open clearings, it's just like another world, so light. It's about 6:30. I've got my blaze orange cap on, just because it's so tight in here. You want to make sure someone identifies you as a human. When I used to hunt this terrain, I used to find the animals would kind of feed in any of these broken clearings, and then they'd bed down in some of these punga guts, but they'd usually be in the top, probably top 3/4 of a spur, usually just off of ridge. And there's little tiny spurs and ridges through here. I've just come out of a punga gut and I'm climbing up. I want to get above this and try to I want to anticipate them moving to their bedding areas heads and I'll just poke around, hoping that I hear them moving up to come bed down. I've got a little bit of a climb to go. The wind is sinking because it's still that cold air. The thermals haven't switched yet. It's interesting how the bird life hasn't really come to life until 10 minutes ago. In Australia, bird life bloody starts about an hour before light. Here's some fresher sign. Hard to see, but on this dry stuff. Mark there. Actually. It's going to this real flaxy grass. I have already found that there's like prominent game trails cutting up into this stuff. So what I'm hoping to do is when I get on the other side of the spur, that it's just all new country. We've cut up from, you can't probably see it, but about 7 kilometres or 6 or 7 kilometres back down there is where we've cut up from. Most of that was done on a tracker in the dark. You can move quite fast on the track, but in this bush, you wouldn't want to move faster anyway because you just spook everything. Of the spur, and I reckon animals love bedding down on the crest of spurs where they can just like listen to everything below them, and anything above them they'll just dive straight down, and then eventually the thermals will work their way up, and if they smell it they'll duck up and over the top. Here I am thinking I may be the only one that uses this ridge, but plenty of people have come along here before me. There's I don't know whether they're possum trappers or hunters that have marked this ridge, but I can see why they have. It opens up a bit more this direction, so I'll just sneak along the ridge. Old wallow here. It's a few months away from being used. There's a stag mark there, and a hind mark, and a yearling mark. passing through. There's a gully here, and there's a saddle here, and they'll transition up and over, back and forth. So I've got options. I can either stay on the spur, which is actually not bad, quite open, and sneak my way around the spur, or I can drop down into the gully and just sidle that top third of the gully. The sun's starting to poke through the canopy now, so the deer will probably still stay on their feet for another hour, maybe, and then they'll look to bed down. Just heard 2 gunshots. Copy, Barrack. Barrack, you on channel, is that you? I've just snuck my way down on this nice little game trail that drops straight down from that wallow. It's below a saddle and it's coming to the top of this little gut here that's got a bit of an open clearing. Well, a bit of sun. Feels like a nice little game trail. I might just sit down, have something to eat, wait, listen. Have you got onto any animals yet? Yeah, I spoke to one deer that barked at me on the ridge when I got on the ridge. That's it though, over. Yeah, right. I've had one move around me, and then I've made a big crack, and I've stepped on the sticker. Was that you that let off those 3 shots? Negative, not me. Okay. Alright, well I'm gonna, I have to change direction because the wind's kind of in my bum as I've ducked up and over onto the western side, so I'm going to get back up onto that little ridge that separates it from the track and then carry on going north, and then I'll move back towards the south because the wind's kind of southeasterly. Yeah, I've got a sinking wind from my side, so I'm just pushed out a little bit and then sidled along. Yeah. Cool, I found that open slip, so I've marked it on the GPS. It has got quite a bit of game trails cutting around it. Well, the wind is now definitely starting to come up. I've come into this open face, which allows me an opportunity to sidle basically across. So I'm only like 50 to 100 metres down off the ridgetop, and I'm just going to sidle in this direction here. I could hear a pig. I could hear a pig grunting before down the spur. I can't see because the furthest I can see is about 30 metres. The wind's coming up, so I'm just going to stay. I'm just going to stay put while the wind's okay. On a nice game trail here that's just out of this gut and on the toe of the slope. The wind's coming down. Sometimes it's a bit swirly from the side, but it's predominantly coming down into my face. bit swirly, so I'm going to try my luck. I'm going to head towards where I heard this popping of sticks, and then I'm going to carry on going north, do a loop, and then I'll hunt my way back south into this sort of southeasterly. I'm hunting north, but I'm keeping a cross breeze across my right shoulder because the wind's coming from the sort of southeast. Quite a bit of sign in these little punga guts. I should have just hung another, just stayed still. I think I was within 15 metres of that, so close. So where I am on the landscape is, I'd say getting close to the gully heads of these little wee punga guts, but it's not far. Like we're in the sort of head of this gut. This gut will carry on, this main punga gut will carry on for another 600 or 700 metres, very gradual, and I'm about probably 3/4 of the way up that whole gut system, and I was just wanting to sidle in and out. That's the second deer I've put up now. I'll go and check out its prints and see what it is. Sounds like a stag the way it's carrying on. Oh, that's where it was bedded, right there. Sort of typical spot, isn't it? A little bit of sun. As the day warms up, it would probably drop down into the pungas, get into the shade. Looking downhill, looks like it's bedded a couple of times. Oh, it's got a very urine-y smell. Been mulling around here probably for a bit before it sat down. I must admit I could hear the odd stick popping, and I reckon that's these sticks that it was popping on. Listen to this. These punga ferns. This is what was popping as it was trying to find somewhere to bed down, and maybe it sat here because there's a bed here, and then it's got up and gone, no, I don't want to be there, and it's come and sat in the shade. So it might have started in the sun and got up and moved into the shade, but very typical red deer smell. The smell a bit like, just musty piss. It's not a very nice smell. But I was just down here, so on the other side of those ferns in the shadow, and I wasn't making too much noise, but I was pretty close, 15 metres, and it just jumped up out of its bed. By the time I got my bow loaded, it moved. I saw it move through this opening. Quite a big animal, so I reckon it's a stag. I'll try and pick up on its marks. And then it started to crash up the hill. I then started doing my mews, and I never saw it again after that. But it just kind of sidled up, coughing and barking. So it didn't hear. It wouldn't have smelt me. That was definitely a curious, what are you? I'm not sure, I'm getting out of here series of barks, which is why mewing at it like that just confused it. I've just come onto this main ridge here where it drops away quite steeply onto the western side of this range, and there's an opening, so I'm just going to poke down and sit at the very top of it. The thermals are working right up this face now, so I'm quite excited. It's more suitable for someone with a rifle, but quite an open understory through here. You can see it's been browsed a bit, so animals will move through here. It's quite dry though, so there's not a lot of fresh looking sign, but I suspect a lot of the leaf litter continues to just cover the fresh sign because they've been browsing this flax grass. I've been sitting here for about 45 minutes, right on this open face that just looks out. I've been doing a little bit of glassing through my binocular. I didn't bring my binos because Barrack convinced me that there was nothing to glass. Anyway, I've got a bow, so I'd be shooting it at a 75-degree angle if I was going to be spotting anything over there. I might just cut down through this scarp here, this old slub, down onto that bit of pepperwood bush and just sneak my way through it. I just want to have a look what it looks like, what the sign looks like. Maybe get a bit more of an angle to look straight down into that toy face right down there, which is very open. Just found a big wallow right in the middle of where about three punga gut confluences meet. I could see quite a good game trail about 200 metres ago, so I just stayed on it and it brought me to here. You can see where they've been rubbing and probably cooling off here. Another one there. It's just a nice muddy spot. It's not super fresh, but it's probably my best chance with the bow, just to sit here for a while. So the wind's a bit swirly. I'm on the downwind side of the wallow, hoping that something comes from in this direction here. Barrack's not got onto any deer. I messaged him before. I've taken my boots off because I'm just going to sneak through this punga gut, try and go undetected. Well, rightly or wrongly, I've left that wallow. I just didn't want to sit there. The wind was swirling and I'd just rather get on my feet, so I've taken my boots off and I've cut up right up out of the head of that little gully. I'm about to drop down into a totally new one, but the wind's not so great, so I'm going to have to swing up into the head of it and then cut back down on the other side just to get the windrow. Bugger, another deer crashed off down here. down here. It was on. That's still warm. I can see a bit of wee on the ground where it's been. See? Done a wee in 2 places, so it's brushed off. My view's probably stopped it here. That's literally still warm. For anyone that wants to know what fresh deer poo looks like. That doesn't really do it justice. Look. The contours show it being relatively gentle contour down into this gully, but that's been eroded by this small side creek. Unless I'm dropping into the wrong catchment, but it feels right. Feels this is the way. Once I drop into this bottom, I'm just going to sneak through the bottom until I get back to the track. How long have you been there?
30 minutes, 20 minutes.
Oh, sweet, good timing. This gully here, the one that's just off from this junction I went up, is a really nice gully. Have you done that one?
Nah, I've always gone left and then.
Right, that wraps it up.
Pretty much, yep. A few deer heard, one deer seen, eh?
I saw one and spooked another 3.
3, yeah. I heard 2 move around me, but she's just so crackly underfoot. But some good areas. We've been out to a couple of these areas before. I hadn't anyway, in terms of where I went. There's some good, quite promising country.
Yeah.
In there. It
Well,
sounds like you guys.
I'd never been to that side of the track before, so it was probably the most open in this bush on this range that I've ever done. Eh?
Yeah. Oh, it's good, Jane. It's relatively handy too. So. No buono on the bag and something, but that's not what we're out here for all the time anyway.
That's right.
Good to catch up and give us our legs a bit of a thrash.